What's up, Internet? Welcome back to the Wallet Monkey channel, where we give you all the credit intel you need to grow your wallet. Today, we're going to be debunking some stuff. We're going to talk about all these hacks and tricks that you're seeing on the internet that get spread viral, blah, blah, blah. And today, we're going to talk about Amex 4 credit card play, 1 inquiry. Now, this was shared in our Discord. I thought it sparked a great conversation, so I want to bring that conversation over here to you on the channel. Now, let's take a sidestep here. First off, it's very easy to get caught up in all of the hype and the appeal to, like, oh my God, look at this hack. Oh my God, 14 credit cards, no inquiries, blah! Right? It's like, everyone gets wrapped up in that and gets so excited because they want to, they kind of want to scam the banks back. A lot of people feel, I would say, this is a fairly safe assumption, is that the banks have taken them for a ride in one way or another, and that they're always looking for that way to, like, get them back. But in that way of getting them back, we kind of forget, like, stop. What's our game plan here? What is our credit game plan? How much personal credit are we trying to get? When are we going to pivot to business credit? How much business credit do we want? What is the end goal here? And that needs to be figured out, and it's completely different for every single person. So I say that to just kind of like stop this thing dead in its tracks, because again, like, we do it too. We talk about these hacks. We talk about this fun stuff that we find because I think it's really fun and interesting, and I love to see you guys winning. That being said, you should never be sacrificing the bigger picture for some stupid little hack that you read on the internet. Like, there's like, they don't even compare. And then secondly is, I would say that people get so caught up in these things that they forget the master or grand scheme play that they're trying to set up for. And then secondly is, there's way too much emphasis still on personal credit and not enough on business credit. Business credit stuff does horrible on our channel. Gets the worst views, gets the worst everything. And it's because, for as exciting as it is on the personal side and all the breakthroughs we've seen in education levels, we still suck at the business side. We need to do a lot of work there. So there needs to be a lot more education on the business side. And I get it. The business side is scary. We've got LLCs and taxes and all this big scary stuff with the IRS and with, people in suits. So anyways, all that being said, now let's dive into this, okay? So 4 Amex cards, 1 inquiry. Now let me just say this too. What you're about to read or reading in front of you does work. The likelihood of it working, I put very low. And then secondly, do you even need this? Do you even want this? But let's set all that aside and let me talk to you about this and everything we know and we've learned and experienced, and decipher this and give you all the intel you need to hopefully give you the highest odds of something like this working for you. Okay, let's go. You'll need a 700 credit score, okay? 2 primary accounts on your credit. Caveat, why wouldn't you go for Chase card at this point? Okay, that's all I'm gonna play there, because 5x24, we've covered that extensively on the channel. All right, number 3, apply for 4 Amex cards all at once, 2 personal, 2 business cards. Okay, no mention of credit cards, no mention of charge cards. So we're once again, through the lack of details, you're setting yourself up for failure. Now, you can actually do this. So once you get into the Amex ecosystem, most additional cards are soft pulls. So there you go, you already won. So why are we doing this right here in front of us? Okay, again, set that aside, let's keep moving forward. So 4 cards, how could you actually make this work? Well, you'd need to do the credit card first and then the charge card, because the charge cards have a 1 every 5-day rule, and the credit cards have a 1 every 90-day rule. But you got to get a credit card with them first before charge card. I think this is what a lot of the data is showing. I don't know why, but that's how I would probably do this. And if you've got different information outside of all the data we've been collecting, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. But I would do the credit card first and then the charge card. And so you're again trying to simultaneously do all these at the same time, but just having 1 credit, 1 charge, 1 credit, 1 charge on the personal business side. Again, none of those details are mentioned here. So if you didn't know, you'd go trying to apply for 4 credit cards. You might get denied. Okay. Open your browser in Chrome, Explorer, Firefox, Safari. Fill out the entire application on all 4 cards first. Submit all 4 applications within 30 seconds of each other. Now, this whole 4, 5, and 6 is an old school tactic that worked in I don't know. I don't even know if it works anymore. But it worked, and I've done it. I did it for many people in 2019, 2018. And so what it was is on your app spree day or your game day strategy, you'd line them all up, figure out who's gonna pull from what bureau, and bang, fire them all off at the same time. And if there was one like a chase that you had to do first because of some sort of rule, or there was some sort of 90-day rule that you're falling into for like, should I get a new card first or a credit limit increase? All that stuff would kind of be done first, and then you'd fire off the rest. And you could do this for a large amount of applications. Then you have to submit proof of income for a lot of them. Some get denied, right? You have all kinds of weird issues and outcomes. I mean, I actually did this to the most ridiculous degree, and a lot of them just got rejected. We ended up with like 20 inquiries. I think ended up with 6 or 7 cards out of, I think, so I think we were already at like 6 or 7 inquiries, and we did like 9 or 10 cards at once. So there is diminishing returns on stuff like this. Just understand that. And while it does seem cool and fun, again, let's fall back on what is your strategy? What is your overall big picture here, right? And what are we trying to do? So this can work, but again, I would say 1 credit, 1 charge on the personal, 1 credit, 1 charge on the business. That's missing from here. Just not having that piece of information could set you up for failure on this. And again, like, because we're gonna fire off all 4 at the same time, I would start with the credit, right, and the charge. So because the credit getting in that way would set you up properly for the charge card, but I guess it could work in reverse too. Again, I would not do all 4. I would not do all 4 credit cards though. And then what else do I want to kind of pick apart on this? So what are likely outcomes to happen? Well, what you probably would get down the middle is 2 cards approved, 2 denied or in review. And there's a large likelihood that you would probably get some sort of financial review. And that's based off of just what we've seen. So filling all 4 out at the same time, like I said, algorithmically or some sort of magic happens, I don't know, I'd put your likelihood less than 30% of this working. Full moon, stars align, whatever. What is most likely is that you'll get a couple of them, and then maybe a couple will go into review. It might trigger a financial review on you. They might pull multiple bureaus. Amex can do this as well. They do this from time to time. It's hard pulling a couple different bureaus for the credit report. So those are all probably more likely outcomes versus you getting approved. So at the surface, it's true. The reality of it, much more mixed. Anyway, stuff like this, you just gotta watch out for. Is when something magical comes along, like the truest stuff we've talked about, or the Navy Fed stuff we've talked about, if it is true to begin with, and it is that great, probably doesn't last. Or there's something else at play there, which is maybe they're doing it on purpose because they need to increase their membership. And they're doing this and kind of playing dumb about it, like, oh, it doesn't exist, it's not real, blah, blah, blah. But meanwhile, they know that it's happening. And then there's like this point where they just shut it down because they've got their subscriber base, they've increased their numbers the way that they want to, or they're just sick of dealing with it. Or if it is something legitimate, like you found some magical loophole, then they'll close it because they know that that's a magical loophole and they don't want that out there. So understand that like stuff like this usually doesn't last when it's true. And there's always additional like little data points that are necessary to even make something like this work. So anyways, there you have it. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments below in the comment section. Or if you just want to help us out with the algorithms, like the video. Again, put a generic comment below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the bell notification, turn it to all so you don't miss out on any future videos. We'll see you again real soon.